Russell Wilson, one of the NFL's best quarterbacks in his respected prime. We've seen him win a Super Bowl and we've seen him appear in two. It's not a fluke why he got there. But Russell Wilson has just hindered his legacy forever. Before playing with the Denver Broncos, it was no doubt Russell Wilson was a Hall of Famer, possibly even a first ballot. But now, his legacy may be in true trouble. The Denver Broncos have now officially cut Russell Wilson. But not only did they cut him, they had to pay him $85 million just to walk away. So what exactly was the reason for the Broncos paying him all that money just to not have him on the team? This is the Russell Wilson problem explained. Russell Wilson was traded to the Denver Broncos March of 2022. This was supposed to be a franchise-changing trade for the Denver Broncos. They now have a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and after 8 seasons of the quarterback being the problem, it seemed the Denver Broncos have had their answer. They signed coach Nathaniel Hackett, and now everything was under the way they wanted it to be. Russell Wilson had the offense he wanted with some weapons that he's always needed. Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Javonte Williams, and of course the new quote-unquote offensive guru head coach seemed to put this team in just the position to be successful. And not even the team, Russell Wilson. Well, that was far from wrong. Russell Wilson had the worst season of his entire career, and the Broncos looked like straight shit. Russell Wilson did not do anything with Nathaniel Hackett. If anything, he held him back. Russell Wilson, like I said, put up statistically one of the worst seasons of his career, and Nathaniel Hackett was fired before the season even ended. It was a complete dumpster fire of a situation for Russell Wilson and this Denver Broncos team. Russell Wilson was definitely to blame. He was not what he used to be. He was much more heavy. He could not throw the ball as accurate, and he was just seeming to only take checkdowns. Now, the Denver Broncos immediately come to fix this issue in support of Russell Wilson, bringing in Super Bowl winning head coach Sean Payton for yet another backbreaker trade, having to send a first and second round pick for a coach is definitely a desperation call. And well, that's what it was. Desperate times called for desperate measures. Russell Wilson now has Sean Payton, who is a proven successful head coach in this league, and especially one with shorter type quarterbacks. Russell Wilson is far from tall, especially in the NFL. Drew Brees, same story for him. We saw success from Drew Brees. Now we're hoping to see that type of success for Russell Wilson. The Denver Broncos come over and they start the season horrendously. Russell Wilson looks pretty much the same. Now there were some improvements to his game, but it was nothing of the prime Russell Wilson. A couple of games into the season and now the Broncos catch fire. Russell Wilson is playing like a top 10 quarterback. Touchdown to interception ratio is yet one of the best of his entire career. And all of a sudden, Russell Wilson plays a terrible game at home to the New England Patriots to essentially clinch the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos were not able to get that done, and news comes out quickly. Russell Wilson is benched. Middle of the season, only a few games left. The Denver Broncos elect to take their $250 million quarterback and tell him to sit on the bench. Russell Wilson, in the midst of these problems, was just kind of standing there. For some reason, the man that was a huge reason for the success of the wins got all the lack just for a bad loss. It definitely wasn't the right way to handle the situation, and Russell Wilson felt extremely disrespected not only by the head coach but the organization as a whole. In his goodbye to the Denver Broncos, he did not include the GM or Sean Payton. That's not an accident, all right? He was thinking the cafeteria numbers, okay? Not an accident. Sean Payton and Russell Wilson did not have a good relationship, and it showed. Sean Payton has Jarrett Stidham as the new starting quarterback and starts defending him as if he's anything better than Russell Wilson. The way Russell Wilson was treated by the Denver Broncos was not fair, but at the end of the day, he did get paid top quarterback money, QB1 money, to play like a QB13. And when in this league, the NFL, aka not for long, if you don't produce at the price you're being paid, you're going to be cut immediately. 2 seasons to make the playoffs just wasn't enough. Russell Wilson's out the door. Now, could it have been handled better? Maybe. But is Russell Wilson walking away with $85 million in his pocket to no longer have a job? Yes. I definitely think that both sides kind of did each other wrong, and this is just a terrible situation for the Broncos. This is as bad as it could go, and it's only going to continue to get worse. Russell Wilson now is in a new direction of his career. He is a first-time free agent and now hoping to get signed by a team. As we record in this video, he has already met up with the New York Giants and is on his way to Pittsburgh for a meeting. We'll probably see Russell Wilson be picked up pretty soon here, but until then, free agency works its magic. But that's going to be it for the video, man. I hope you guys did enjoy. As always, peace.